Hey folks, Walton Restrepo here, President of the Florida Real Estate Investor Association, bringing you another edition of The Fan, the FLREIA Action News and news we got. But before we do that, we want to give a shout out to Hubert. We want to praise you that he's getting better. I spoke to him yesterday. He's about 75% from his operation. So Hubert, you keep up the good work, and we're praying for you. And Joy, she's doing amazingly well. This woman is going through chemo and radiation therapy, all right? And she's got 2 deals that we're working on. So way to go, Joy. Way to hang in there and keep tough and don't let the enemy slow you down. All right, and with that, let's go to the news. What's going on here? The Daily Business Review's got a few things here. We're talking about loan mods in default. Now, we talked about, everybody's been crying about how get these loan modifications done and getting them done right, and how trying to get all the people help through the HAMP programs or the TARP program. Well, we know that their numbers aren't as great as they wanted to. As of December 31st, they had 521,630 loan modifications actually approved in place. That's way below the 3 to 4 million the government had hoped to do. Okay, well, on top of that, now what they're seeing now is after a year, 1 in 5 of these loan mods are now 60 days late. So these guys that were in trouble are in trouble again. So they're very frustrated, and 15.8% of them are at least 90 days late. So this has been a frustrating program for the government. It hasn't worked out as well as they'd hoped. So, things to look out for anytime the government gets involved, my personal opinion. All right, class action suit against Bank of America foreclosures. Okay, now we talked about this, and we've been watching if some of these brew up, and it looks like these folks are getting hot. There's 2 Tampa residents. They lost their homes to foreclosure, and so they went and got an attorney and said, hey, we want to file a suit against Bank of America. Now they're claiming that the giant lender used false and insufficient documents to seize the properties. Okay, so the suit claims that Bank of America's representatives forged or signed affidavits without having knowledge of the foreclosure cases. Now, we've seen some of our foreclosure defense attorneys here locally bringing up these things. So I think that was, who was these guys? Slipped my mind, but anyway. This is now being used. The Attorney General has a bunch of information that some of these defense attorneys are now going to be using. So this is a big deal. A lot of attorneys are watching to see where this case goes because it has big implications, which either way it goes, whether good or bad for the plaintiffs. So if it goes for them, then Bank of America is going to be under a lot of trouble. Now there are about 1,000 folks in Florida that will qualify for this class action suit if it gets approved. Okay, because they've got about 1,000 foreclosure cases in the state of Florida pending right now. Or actually that have been foreclosed on. So I'm sorry, this is for folks that have been foreclosed on. So interesting to watch. All right, Palm Beach Post. Just a reminder here, elections are coming up in 32 municipalities. That's on March 8th. So make sure you're aware. You got to be responsible and be sure you're watching what's going on in your local community. Because this is the laws that mainly affect us. We worry about the national elections, but these local elections are the big ones that affect us on a daily basis. So you want to be sure that you're keeping an eye on who's coming up for election for mayors. I know West Palm Beach is up for mayor, and several other municipalities are looking for new bosses. So check that out. All right, some not so good news. State Farm wants to raise rates by 28% statewide. Okay, they are digging deep into our pockets once again. They just in 2009 were able to get rates up by 28% back then. Now they had threatened to leave the state because they said, you know what, we just can't afford it. We're broke, from the hurricanes. But the state bent a little bit, said, all right, we'll let you stay. They agreed to let them dump 125,000 policies over the next few years. So we're seeing that, and some folks are probably in that process right now of losing their State Farm insurance. So, and last year they got a 6.6% increase. So now they're coming back again for another 28%. All right, so that's up. Why are they asking for so much money? They're saying non-catastrophe loss have gone up. Their non-catastrophe loss per policy is up 94% in the past 3 years. Much of the insurance losses are based on sinkholes. So beware where you buy property because you could be sunk because State Farm might not want to cover you. All right, now here's something. Billions of dollars available for struggling homeowners. What's that you say? Yeah, there's $1 billion in federal aid that's been made statewide here in Florida. We're the second largest recipient of these funds. California got $1.9 billion. What's going on with this? Applicants who are unemployed or are struggling to make their mortgage payments are eligible to receive up to 18 months of loan payments. Yeah, they want to try to help them get out of this. Now, a pilot program has been in place in Lee County. Okay, that's on the West Coast. So these guys have already had a chance to go at it. Some folks have already been able to get their loans cut up. Now, this is helping them get a breath of fresh air, try to help them stay above water and get their feet back on the ground. So that's what they're hoping. Now, the funny thing is, some of the hurdles they've had to overcome is that some of the lenders don't want to accept federal funds. Okay, so here the federal government is stepping in. Hey, listen, we're going to pay up. They're going to pay only up to $35,000, but they're coming in, want to pick the loan. Make the loan current so they help the homeowners, and they're saying no. But it seems like some of the big guys are saying, all right, we'll take the money and see where this goes. Now, the funds are due if you sell the home back within 5 years or it's lost in foreclosure. They are putting pretty much probably a second or third lien on the property. But if you keep the home for more than 5 years, then you don't have to pay back those funds. So good for those of you guys that can afford it. Who are the folks that can get it? Again, it seems like folks that are no more than 181 days. These are some people that got rejected. They own more than one home, more than 181 days late, or owed more than $400,000 on the home. So that's some of the criteria that they've made for rejections. So these are going to be coming out soon, so we'll be keeping an eye on this and let you know when these funds are available throughout the rest of the state. All right. That is it for the news on this week. Super Bowl coming up this weekend. Who's your pick? Pittsburgh or Green Bay? I think Pittsburgh's going to dominate. And the Pro Bowl, again, I didn't see it. Haven't seen it since I was 10 years old. 55-41, the NFC won over the AFC. So, yada-da, right? Great game? I don't know. Didn't see it. All right, what else is going on at the FLREIA? Hey, we've got our Real Estate Opportunities webinar every Tuesday at 12:15 with Sharon. So be sure to tune in every Tuesday afternoon at 12:15 on her webinar. You can register at 32westrealty.com and catch her, as she's got some great properties available. And a quick hello to our foreign investors from around the world, from Israel, Australia. Thanks for chiming in and buying property. All right, what else is going on? We've got the Don Juan socials hot this month. We've got a lot of them going on. This Friday night is the Don Juan Cigar Club, the 4th, so make sure you register for that. Look forward to seeing you out there. And then we have the Don Juan Tri Club for those of you health enthusiasts. Join us on Saturday morning on the 12th at 9 a.m. at Nature's Way Cafe. And then our monthly grand event is the 17th, and our guest speaker that evening will be Scott Meyers, and he's going to be talking about commercial investing, the self-storage way. So self-storage has been something we probably all have thought about one time or another. It's like, or some of us even have one, and there's money to be made on that side. So he's going to show us how that's working out. And he's got a great story too, so definitely want to come out there. And then the Don Juan Ocean Club on Saturday, February 26th. For those of you who enjoy the ocean, diving, fishing, boating, come on out. And this is our first meeting, so we're going to talk about what we want to do for the rest of the year. So come out and join us. All right. Cash flow will be back. We haven't put a date on that, so I know those of you who enjoy playing the game, we will have that back here probably in the month of March. So stay tuned for that date coming up. All right, make sure you're following us on Twitter and Facebook and on YouTube. And don't forget to chime in on our blogs. We've got some great blogs now, so we want your opinions and get your comments on those. All right? Well, that's the news that is the news this week. We thanks for tuning in, and we look forward to seeing you at any one of our upcoming events. So I'm Restrepo signing off. God bless.